Matlock Season 1 pulled off something many legal dramas struggle with. It made the courtroom stuff exciting, and gave the characters real emotional arcs. At the center of it all was Kathy Bates as Madeline "Maddie" Matlock, whose mind games and layered plans turned every courtroom win into something far more dramatic. Her schemes, secrets, and sometimes downright manipulative tactics were some of the most entertaining parts of the series. But Season 2 is going to need to rethink how it uses Maddie's trickery, because now too many people are catching on to her games. From the very beginning, Matlock Season 1 was playing a long game. We knew there was something off about Maddie, and in Episode 1 it was confirmed. She's not exactly who she says she is. That set the stage for a season full of twists, with every mistake or failure by Maddie turning out to be a carefully placed move in a much bigger plan. Whether it was a spilled coffee, a forgotten password, or a suspiciously timed stairwell delay, nothing was really an accident. That made watching the show fun. You could never quite be sure if things were going wrong, or if Maddie was just setting the next piece of her plan in motion. But that formula can't go on forever without changing. The first season got away with it because Maddie was a mystery to most of the people around her. She was hiding her true identity, her real agenda, and her methods. Now though, things are different. By the end of Season 1, several characters are onto her, especially Olympia. She's seen Maddie work from up close and knows how she operates. And she's not just any coworker. She's someone with her own agenda, her own secrets, and someone who could potentially turn Maddie in if it served her purpose. That changes the game completely. Maddie's greatest weapon has always been her ability to stay one step ahead of everyone else. She makes people underestimate her, and then she outsmarts them. She's a master of misdirection, letting people think she's made a mistake only to reveal that she's actually lured them into a trap. But now that Olympia, and maybe others, are starting to see through that, Maddie's entire strategy will need an upgrade. She can't keep pulling the same tricks if people start recognizing the patterns. The thing that made Maddie's schemes so clever in Season 1 was how they built on each other. What looked like a simple error would turn out to be part of a bigger chain of events, all leading to some kind of takedown or revelation. But Season 2 can't rely on that same formula without raising the stakes. If viewers can guess that every misstep is just another clever trick, the surprises won't land the same way. The writers will need to find new ways to keep us guessing. And that might mean Maddie's schemes will have to get way more complex and dangerous. At the heart of all this is the Welbrexa case. It's the emotional anchor for Maddie, and the one that truly defines her mission. She wants to bring down the people who knowingly pushed opioids for profit, including those at Welbrexa and the powerful law firm Jacobson Moore. Maddie's manipulations, her deep dives into secret files, and her double-agent tactics all serve that one purpose. But now that the Welbrexa survey might have been found and is in Olympia's hands, Maddie's direct path to justice is blocked. She doesn't even know the survey has been discovered. From her perspective, she's hit a dead end. This sets up an interesting dilemma for Maddie. On one hand, she might have to start plotting against Olympia to get what she needs. On the other, she might try to convince Olympia to join her in exposing the truth. But either way, she can't keep operating in the shadows like she used to. Olympia knows too much. She knows Maddie's methods, her intentions, and how far she's willing to go. And because Julian, Olympia's ex and the father of her kids, is caught in the middle, Maddie can't push too hard without risking serious fallout. Olympia's decision about whether to help Maddie is still up in the air. On paper, Olympia wants to do the right thing. She joined the firm to prove that ethical work can still be profitable. But she also wants to protect Julian, who could be destroyed if Maddie goes public with the survey. That means Olympia is a wild card in Maddie's world. Someone who could help her or destroy her depending on how things play out. This kind of tension is exactly what Matlock does best, but it also means Maddie's usual bag of tricks might not cut it anymore. So what does this mean for Season 2? It means the writers will need to take everything that worked in Season 1, the clever misdirects, the layered plots, the character-driven conflicts, and make it even better. Maddie's schemes can't just be clever anymore. They'll need to be complex, emotionally risky, and morally messy. And most importantly, they'll need to reflect the fact that Maddie is no longer working in secret. Her enemies and even her friends are watching closely now. There's still plenty of room for Maddie to be the master planner she's always been. For instance, her Reddit contact Belvin still doesn't know Maddie's true identity, which gives Maddie a powerful ally who can keep digging up dirt on Jacobson more, and especially on Senior. That's key, because while the Wellbrexa case is close to reaching a breaking point, the real villain Senior hasn't been taken down yet. And Maddie won't feel like justice has been served until he pays for what happened to Ellie. The good news for fans is that Matlock has proven it can handle this kind of storytelling. The show doesn't just rely on twists for shock value. It uses them to reveal character truths, moral dilemmas, and emotional consequences. That means even if Maddie changes how she schemes, the story can still stay just as engaging, if not more so. In fact, Season 2 might end up being even more compelling, because Maddie will have to take bigger risks and face more pushback. We could even see a version of Maddie that's more vulnerable than before. She might have to make uncomfortable alliances, share more of her past, or even admit to mistakes in ways she never has. That could open up new dimensions to her character, and force her to evolve in ways she didn't expect. It could also bring her closer to the people around her, or drive them further away, depending on how far she's willing to go. The future of Matlock lies in how well it can balance what worked in Season 1, with the new realities its characters face. Maddie's brilliance won't go away, but how she uses it will need to shift. Her ruses can't be the same, and her victories won't come as easily. But that's actually great news for the audience, because it means Season 2 has the potential to go deeper, darker, and more intense. Matlock has already proven it knows how to do a twist. Now it has to show us what happens when the game changes. The players are smarter, and the stakes are higher. And if it pulls that off, Matlock Season 2 could be even better than the first.